Where's Daddy?
Oh, he's still at the hospital. He had to stay there all night.
But he has to get ready for the wedding.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but I don't think Mac and Felicia are going to be getting married today.
There you go. Decaf for you and the wee one.
Thank you.
The rest are all full strength, though I doubt even a triple shot of espresso could elevate our moods after what happened to Duke last night.
Can't believe it. I mean, we're all in here living it up while my best man was...
Just outside that door, while his life was slipping away.
I'm dumped. The glasses must have been switched. That's the only way to explain what happened to Herr Lavery.
I've lived so many years without you. Faison played all those cruel tricks on me. And then I mourned you all over again. I just didn't think it was possible for you to be returned to me, but you were. You know, I think about this. That maybe I just didn't cherish our reunion as much as I should have. But that's because my mind was just clouded from Faison. I'm so sorry for that. But it didn't stop you. You just waited for me to come to my senses. And I did. I love you so much. I don't want to lose you again. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be better when he's recovered. Did you get a diagnosis yet?
Well, the MRI and the CAT scan both show no signs of aneurysm or stroke. There's no brain trauma whatsoever.
Oh. So is it a heart attack?
I conferred with Monica, and there's no signs of cardiac arrest or anything like that.
Okay.
And I did get the results of a comprehensive tox screen.
What is it?
There are near lethal overdose levels of a very powerful sedative in Duke's bloodstream.
Uncle Mac and Aunt Felicia have to get married. I'm the flower girl. I have a special dress, and I have to sprinkle rose petals down the aisle.
And that's a very important job, sweetheart, and I promise you, Uncle Mac and Aunt Felicia can't get married without you. I just don't think they'll be getting married today.
Why not?
Sweetheart, come here. Something really sad happened last night. Your Uncle Duke got sick.
No, thank you. That's been a big help. They will only release information to an immediate family member.
They can't just tell us nothing.
Don't worry. At this point, no news is probably good news.
Well, I'm not just gonna sit here. Maybe we should go to the hospital.
We can't. They won't allow any visitors. Well, I'm not a visitor, at least not to any patient. You know, Ellie's on duty. Perhaps she, in her official capacity, can get some information.
You know, it can't hurt to try.
All right, I'm coming with you. You see Vanna needs back.
Okay. Tell Anna that we're thinking about her.
All right, we'll do.
You okay?
No. It's not fair. Duke and Anna have been through so much together. And now, for this to happen to them, don't they deserve a happily ever after, too?
How is that possible? Duke, he has to have been drugged by someone.
The drug in his system is propofol. Can we study another large bore IV fluids wide open? I'm on it. We need to flush the toxins from his system. The amount of drugs in his blood work is off the charts.
Okay, Patrick, I'm gonna ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with me. Is Duke gonna make it?
Interesting reading.
What are you doing?
Well, the maid let me in. Speaking of the maid, does she double as a bodyguard
Oh,
because...
forget the maid. What are you thinking? You shouldn't be here.
Well, why not? I'm Derek Wells. I'm here to consult with you about some artwork I want to purchase.
Who's the artist?
Well, hell if I know. It's your department, darling.
Andrew Elliott. He's a star on the rise.
Andrew Elliott. I will keep that in mind.
But what are you really doing here? What is so important you'd risk being discovered by the Quartermaines?
Well, we need to have a little confab. About Duke Lavery.
I can't give you any guarantees, Anna, but from everything you told me about this guy, he's been in much worse situations, which to me says that if I was going to bet on anybody, I'd bet on him.
So would I.
We need to watch his vitals. If they start to come up, then we'll be out of the woods.
So then we just wait.
Unfortunately, that's all we can do right now.
Okay. Propofol, how does he get drugged like that? I mean, how do you administer a dose like that?
Well, a dose like that would act very quickly. He must have ingested it right before he was unconscious.
We had champagne. That's right. We were toasting Mac and Felicia, and we gone off into a private corner, and that's when he started to get his symptoms. So someone must have slipped a drug into his drink.
Who? Does Duke have any enemies?
Oh, God, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, he does.
So annoying. The dose was calibrated to Anna's size, not yours. Verdammte dumme Kuch for being so slim. Ah, well, what's that saying? No use crying over spilt milk. And all is not lost. Not as long as you die before you wake.
Mother! What the hell are you doing here?
Relax, doctor. It's just the two of us. Your medicine roommates are out.
Just in case one of them comes home unexpectedly, there's no possible way I could explain you.
Ach, you worry for nothing. They are busy dealing with Duke Lavery's sudden illness.
What are you talking about? Oh my God. Did you have something to do with this?
Germana must be sad that Uncle Duke's sick.
Yeah, I think that she is.
What's wrong with him?
Your daddy doesn't know yet, but he's doing everything he possibly can to make sure that your Uncle Duke gets better.
Then we don't need to worry. Daddy will fix him. I know he will.
Right now, the best thing we can do for Duke is to stay positive, okay? Jumping to conclusions before we have all the facts isn't gonna help anyone.
Spinelli said he would call as soon as he knew something.
I'm not calling Spinelli. I'm calling Kevin and Lucy. Kevin and Lucy? Why? I want them to step in for Anna and Duke when you guys get married.
So what can you tell us about Duke's condition? He ingested a near-lethal dose of a very powerful sedative called propofol.
That's the narcotic that killed Michael Jackson. Are you saying that...
Never fear, he's hanging in there, but as to his prognosis, I'm afraid I can't say.
Duke's enemies are legion, starting with Cesar Faison, but he's safely tucked away in prison.
Anyone else?
Yeah, sure. Plenty.
Hey. I just got the details, propofol.
We're flushing his system right now.
Patrick thinks he's gonna pull through, though.
Good. Glad to hear that.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Any idea who did this one?
No, that's what we were just discussing. I'm trying to think like a cop. And not a woman who's very worried about someone she loves, but I can't, I'm not doing that very well.
Okay. I remember when I thought I lost Lulu, my mind went racing in a million different places.
None of them good.
Right. Hey, look, you helped keep me sane that night. I want to do the same for you. We will catch the coward who did this to him, but time is of the essence.
Okay. Yep. You're right. Okay.
Okay. Hey, so, anyone... You have bad blood with anyone in town? Do you have words with anybody recently?
Yeah. Yes. You know, he did. With that woman, you know, that Ava Jerome.
Really, Julian, what's to talk about? Duke is in the hospital with an as-yet undiagnosed ailment.
Which you know nothing about, of course.
If the doctors can't figure it out, how could I?
Oh, give it up, Ava. We both know that you tried to kill the man without first consulting me.
I thought you owned that newspaper. You might want to read it once in a while. Tell me, where exactly does it say that Duke's collapse was a result of foul play?
Please, we can both read between the lines, okay?
Well, then you're seeing things. I didn't do anything to Duke Lavery. But if you want to know the truth, I was sitting here thinking that perhaps you had.
Well, if I wanted to kill the man, why in the hell would I put it on the front page of the newspaper?
To throw the police off the scent.
Well, that's a very good idea, but I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I have nothing to do with Duke's condition.
Well, as I said, neither do I. But I doubt he was felled by natural causes. Someone tried to do him in.
Well, if it wasn't one of us, who was it?
Me? Why would you think I'm involved with this? Lavery collapsed. They don't know why.
Please, Mother. I know you and Duke have a long history.
You are mistaken. It is your father who despises Duke Lavery. Cesar saw the Scotsman as a romantic rival, and he always wanted Lavery out of the way. I, on the other hand, have no issue with the man.
You'd do anything for my father. So, tell me the truth. Are you the reason Duke's in the hospital? Did you have something to do with his collapse?
If I was to take such an extreme action, I wouldn't waste it going after your father's romantic rival. I'd go after my own.
Ava Jerome, Kiki's mother.
Right. The same. Duke thinks she's part of the Jerome crime family.
Well, yeah, I've heard of them. They were powerful back in the late 80s.
The Jeromes were ruthless.
Yeah.
They were so violent. Duke clashed with them on numerous occasions, and they tried to kill him more than once.
So Ava's connected to these people.
I don't know. You know, he questioned her more than once. But of course, Ava denied being related to the crime family in any way. But Duke said she was very evasive. And there's at least one major discrepancy in her financial record.
You've been investigating her?
No, I haven't. Duke has. He warned her. He said that he was going to keep digging.
Well, I guess she didn't like that. But would she go this far to try and get rid of him, try and kill him?
Anything's possible, really.
Well, was she at the party? I mean, there were some people there I didn't recognize, but,
Lucy.
Ava Jerome was with Lucy.
No, she came to me. Lucy told me that there was a suspicious blonde woman there. And then when she took me over to find her, she disappeared.
I'll go have a chat with Ava Jerome.
You do that. I need you to get to the bottom of this.
Hey, try not to worry. Okay, I'll go take care of this. You take care of Duke.
Yeah. Has anything changed?
Yeah, there is.
But we don't know whether he's going to live or die.
We can't celebrate at a time like this. There's no way we can get married now.
I understand what happened to Duke, and I feel terrible about what he and Anna are going through.
Then you understand why we can't get married today.
I have to say, I think that they would understand a non-refundable catering deposit.
Nancy, are you serious?
Dead serious. I get that that was probably a poor choice of words, but you guys have to get remarried today. It's what I've always hoped for.
Sweetheart, we're still going to get remarried, just not today.
Our friend is sick. We have to focus on him right now. We have to postpone the wedding.
For how long?
Until Duke recovers.
Mom, that could take weeks, and then we're gonna have to start from scratch. That's booking new vendors, sending out a whole other round of invitations.
We did it once, we'll do it again.
No, Mom, this wedding has to happen today.
Why?
Because of Georgie.
So I've been reading up on propofol, and it's intended to relax the recipient into a deep slumber. But an overdose, such as was administered to Duke, can cause the slumber to become permanent.
But I thought Duke Lavery was supposed to be one of the good guys, so who'd want to kill him?
Well, yeah, in his current life, he is an honest, upstanding, trustworthy citizen. But I'm afraid to say that his history is a long and somewhat variegated history. I mean, he was a money launderer and an alleged gangster, and his unsuccessful placement in witness protection resulted in decades of incarceration in a foreign prison where he may have collected any number of enemies.
Dude really knows how to piss people off.
Yeah, and seeing how quickly Dante made his exit, I bet they have a lead.
Oh, speaking of leads, do you have any intel on the Bridges Ubermooter?
Oh, well, no intel per se, but I do have a hypothesis.
Which is?
Well, I mean, after her medical license was stripped, the young Lisa Westbrook must have wanted to eliminate any trace of her infamy. She probably changed her name.
Well, how do we even begin to find her new identity?
I have no fear, my good friend. I can unearth any secret, no matter how deeply buried it is.
I think this card is going to make your Uncle Duke feel much better.
So do I.
What's the skirt he's wearing?
A tutu. I made him put it on the night you and Daddy were hooking up.
What? Hooking up?
That's what Felix says.
You sure you don't know anything about Duke?
Eat. You need to keep your strength up. And it's not as though you could get any fatter.
Oh, well, you never miss an opportunity to criticize me. It's really quite impressive.
Spare me the litany of your wounded feelings. I want to hear about the childbirth class.
I didn't think you believed in that kind of thing.
I don't, the way they coddle new parents these days. But that doesn't mean we can't exploit the opportunity to further our goals. So, tell me, what happened with you and Patrick? Did you use the time to bond with him?
I did. Actually, I ended up telling him the truth.
So what's changed with Duke?
His vitals are improving.
Already?
Yeah, he should be waking up.
When? Really?
I can't say for sure. It could be a few minutes or it could be a few hours, but I'm very optimistic. Everything looks great. Of course.
Thank you. You're so wonderful, Patrick. Thank you so much.
Keep your
Thank
voice
you.
down. Don't let it pick me. What she says about my ego.
Yeah. So what do we do now? I mean, is there anything else we can do for him?
Right now, we just got to keep him comfortable, but I've talked with the rest of my staff. Everybody's on the same page, right?
Yeah. Then you should go home.
No. I want to see him through this.
You just said that you're optimistic about it, so then you should go.
Fine, Anna. I don't.
Your staff can help me. Please, go back to Emma. You've done enough.
Okay. Could always use a hug from her. Shower wouldn't hurt. But as soon as I'm all fixed up, I'll come back and check up on him, okay? Good.
Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, handsome. There's something you need to know.
I have no idea who, besides us, would want Duke Lavery out of the picture.
You know, this would be a really bad time to lie to me, Ava.
It wasn't me. But wouldn't it be nice if some other enemy of Duke's did our dirty work for us?
Yes, well, let's not count our chickens yet, sister. If there's one thing I know about Duke Lavery, the man is extremely hard to kill.
I love you so much. More even than I did all those years ago. I didn't even think that was possible. But it's probably because I know what life is like without you. You're so precious to me. I've fallen madly in love with you again. I couldn't bear to lose you. Felix, he's awake, he's awake.
Oh, that's joyous news. Hopefully I can compound it.
Oh, Maxie, I miss your sister every single day. I know how excited she would be to know that Mac and I are back together again.
She always believed we would. You know, and we're all sorry that she can't be here to see it happen.
But the good news is, with or without the piece of paper, we are together, and that's exactly what she wanted.
I know. Georgie was a very spiritual person. She'd be the first to say that marriage is about more than a party and a dress.
I don't understand why it is that we have to be married for Georgie.
No, you don't. When I said Georgie, I wasn't talking about my sister.
Then who did you mean?
Did you mean the baby?
I told Patrick he's not the father of your child. Why would you do something so stupid?
We just watched the childbirth video, and Patrick got all emotional. And I realized that he's already given his heart to this baby, and I couldn't stand that it wasn't his.
So you told him it's not?
No, I didn't.
Gott im Himmel, are you trying to give me a heart attack? You said you told him the truth.
I did. About how I threatened to get an abortion to manipulate him into caring about the baby, and how I lied about my severe morning sickness in hopes that he'd invite me to live with him.
So, did he, as they say, did he kick you to the curb?
No. Actually, the opposite happened. And Patrick and I have never been so close. And this sealed the deal. Oh.
Baby Jerome.
Can I help you?
Dante Falconeri, PCPD.
Oh, of course. You're Morgan's brother.
Yeah. You're Kiki's mother.
I am indeed. So that makes us practically family. Are you here to see your brother?
No, actually, I'm here to talk to you about Duke Lavery.
Oh, I was just reading about that.
Uh-huh.
Do they know what's wrong with him yet?
Yeah, Duke, he got a near-lethal dose of a very powerful drug.
Near lethal? Oh. Are you saying someone tried to kill him?
Yeah, it would appear so. So I was just wondering if you knew anything about this.
Well, I barely know the man. We've run into each other once or twice at ELQ, but I have no reason to hurt him.
Unless you were a member of the Jerome crime family.
BP's coming up. Heart rate steady. The oxygen stats are in the 90s. Mr. Lavery, you're gonna be okay.
You hear that?
He's still clearing the propofol from his system. He'll be groggy for a little while.
But that's temporary, right?
Well, like Dr. Drake said, there's no sign of permanent damage. I'm gonna go talk to the toxicologist, let her know what's going on.
Okay. Thank you so much, Felix.
Anytime, Commissioner.
I'm telling you, you have me quite worried.
What happened?
You collapsed at the floating rib at Mac and Felicia's party.
Why?
Why? Somebody drugged you. We don't know who yet.
I do.
I love being the bearer of good news.
So the commissioner was correct. Mr. Lavery's awakened?
He's still a little groggy, but getting more alert. I have to update the toxicologist.
Well, is there still more reason for concern?
Nah, relax. I predict the hot Scot will be back to his former glory after some R&R.
Oh, good. Well, Maxine and the rest of the wedding party will be happy to hear this bright news.
The rivalry between Duke Lavery and the Jeromes is pretty well documented.
Yes, I believe I have heard something about that. But again, I don't know what it has to do with me. I'm not part of that family.
Right, as you said.
So do you think that every Smith in the phone book is related to the Frank Smith who once ran organized crime in Port Charles?
No, I think Jerome is not quite as common as Smith is.
You know, that's actually a really good point, Detective.
Thank you. And you are?
Me? I'm Derek Wells. I'm just here because Ava was helping me with some artwork that I was going to invest in.
Is that your only business with her?
My only... Oh, yeah. No, listen, but hey, I mean, if she's, involved in some sort of criminal activity, I might have to take my business elsewhere.
I can assure you both my business dealings are legal and above reproach.
And I certainly don't know anything about what happened to Duke Lavery. So unless you have a warrant, this conversation is over.
I guess I'll show myself out.
What a pity. My daughter is married to your brother, yet you can't find the decency to treat me like family.
Well, you know how it is. I have a family, you have yours. I'm gonna find out more about yours.
You know who drugged you? How?
I saw her.
Her? It was a woman? Was it Ava Jerome?
Ava?
Yes, because Lucy said she saw a suspicious woman at the party. It was Ava. Was it? Is that who you saw?
No! Oh! It's you, lady. It's you. No. wasn't Ava.
Is that a Schwanzen?
Looks like it.
You're having a boy.
You should have seen Patrick. He was so happy. He told me he's been hoping for a boy.
A son is far superior to a daughter.
Thanks.
Oh, don't sulk. It's unbecoming and unnecessary. You have a son. You must name him César.
Caesar? Are you kidding? You want me to call my son Caesar?
I insist. It's a marvelous tribute to your father.
Are you serious?
I'm always serious. I can't wait to see your father's face when I tell him the great news.
Well then, why wait? Why don't you tell him right now?
Bitte? Is something wrong?
No, you've overstayed your welcome. Not that I even invited you in the first place. So why don't you just slither back to Europe? Here, take your bag and get the hell
No, don't
out of there.
Don't touch that. This is my bag. You never had the right to.
What's wrong with you?
It wasn't Ava who drugged you? Are you sure?
It was...
Who?
Obrecht.
What is wrong with you, Julian?
What is with you and these violent outbursts?
Why would you act suspicious of me in front of Dante Falconeri?
I am just messing with you, sis. He doesn't know anything. He's just a dumb cop.
He's a detective.
Oh, come on. They'll hand those promotions out to anybody these days.
Especially to the son of Sonny Corinthos. That's right.
Well, isn't that convenient? Now, that's what I call having a cop in your back pocket.
And who knows how much Dante confides in his father. He could be on his way to Sonny's right now to give him an update.
Well, you do have a point. If we're gonna take Sonny out, Detective Falconeri is an issue that we need to address.
So, Spinelli said that Duke is definitely awake. He's still a little groggy, but he's gonna be fine.
Oh, that's great. Anna must be so relieved.
Spinelli said she hasn't left Duke's side at all.
Oh, I'm so happy for both of them. This is the best news I've heard all day.
Tell me about it. Now, maybe you guys can still get married?
Hey, looks like Duke's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's great news.
What's wrong?
I think we have a problem.
What is this?
What does it look like, Schatzi?
Honestly, roadkill.
It's a wig. I'm considering what the Americans call a makeover. And you know what they say about blondes? They have more fun. Perhaps I will too.
1, that's not possible. 2, I don't believe you. What else are you lying about?
So I've been running the name Lisa Westbourne through every obscure international database that I know of, and we will soon have the name that Teutonic plague is currently using.
Does that mean what I think it means?
We have our answer. She did indeed change her name from Westbourne to
Obrecht? You thought you saw Obrecht last night?
I saw her.
No, you didn't. You're confused. We were talking about Obrecht. That's why you're thinking about her. She's not in Port Charles. She's been in hiding.
Not anymore.
Nobody knows where Liesel Obrecht is. Duke, the woman who did this to you, who we think did this to you, she was blonde.
It's a wig. Anna, she was wearing a wig. Obrecht is... She's here. She's in Port Charles.
Those are my things, Britta, and I want you to get off me.
Show some respect. What is this?